Hello everybody and welcome to the final day of the third ISU World Cup Speed Skating. We are live from TL Heerenveen in the Netherlands and are ready to see the skaters in action one more time in this weekend. We start today, as you saw on the screen already, with the shortest distance that's skated in the international circuit, the 500 meter for both men and women. After some short ice resources, we will have the mass start finals, followed by the last action of today. It is the team sprint that we'll also be seeing today on the ice. And then we see the live view from inside the arena. So here we have the schedule of today. So we already saw some exciting racing on Friday and Saturday. Some great performances there with multiple track records. Jordan Stoltz setting a new track record on both the 1500 and 1000 meters. And we also saw a track record in the B group on the longest distance, the 10,000 meter. It was a track record from Vladimir Semurine, breaking the old record from Niels van der Poel. You see the view from the warm-up area. We saw Femke Kok warming up. We see her in the final race of the 500 meters for the women. Here it is Jordan Stoltz breaking those two track records on the 1000 and 1500 meters. Mentioned yesterday, he will also be going for the track record today on the 500 meters, so we will see that. Jod Aleman warming up. See her in the 7th heat. So we have the conditions of today. So 13 degrees Celsius for the air. Nice, minus 9 degrees. We'll shortly see the starting list of the 500 meter for the women, which will be the first distance that will be skated today in the TL Arena in Heerenveen, the Netherlands. Here we have the World Cup standings. Femke Kok still unbeaten this season on the 500 meters. So she leads the World Cup classification. Second, Erin Jackson and Marit Fledders in third at the moment. So a lot of Dutch women. Strong performances from them in the first two World Cups. Therefore, we see a lot of their names in the top of the classification as we have the starting list right here. First 5 pairs. Min Sung Kim in the second pair, the inner lane for her. Rin Tang in third. Fifth to see the youngster Serena Perger. And here we have the pair number 6 to 10 with in the last pair Jutta Leerdam against Femke Kok. Jutta Leerdam won the 1000 meters yesterday. On Friday, I have to say, yesterday it was of course the 1500 meters won by another Duchess. So we have the start of this 500 meter here. It is Rio Yamada starting in the inner lane. 11 last year, the World Championships. 28th, all starting from the inner lane. She takes up against woman from Canada, Brooklyn McDowell. Third and fourth in the B division in Salt Lake and Calgary. Also saw her last year during the World Championships where she finished in 22nd. So we'll start off with the first 500 meter of today. Strong start there from Rio Yamada. The first 100 meter opening, it is a 10.69 for Yamada Rio and a 10.74 for Buckley McDowell. They have to put the first time on the scoreboard. So the 500 meter short distance, only one full lap with the 100 meter opening. And that will conclude then the 500 meters. Here they come onto the last straight. It is the win for Rio Yamada, 38.49 and 38.57 for Buckley McDowell. Those are the first two times on the scoreboard. So we have to see in the next couple of races what those times are worth. Yamada, we also saw her on the 1000 meters Friday. Ended up in 7th place with a great race. Let's see what this 500 meter will bring. As we continue to the second pair. Go to the inner lane. It is Min-Sung Kim from Korea, winner of the World Cup classification in 2023 and a runner-up in 2024, and she takes it up against Kaya Siumek Nogal. Won the last 500 meter in Calgary in the B division. Therefore we see her now back in the A division, B division that is skated in the morning sessions. As they are away for the second 500 meter. Great start by the Polish Kaya Siumek Nogal. 10.34, great opening from her against Min-Sung Kim. 10.55 for her. Min-Sung Kim third in the World Championships last year. Took home that bronze medal as they go through the final corner. A hiccup there from the Polish Kaya Siumek Nogal, but she tries to stay there from almost the same time, but it is in the end Min-Sung Kim. It finishes 100th of a second before Kaya Siumek Nogal, the first and second time in the classification at the moment. Close finish there from both women as we continue to the third pair. In a lane for skater from Germany, Sophie Warmuth. First appearance of this weekend in the ISU World Cup for Neo Seniors 500 meter in 2023. She takes up against the Chinese winning Qian. 13th on the 500 meter during last year's World Championships. And they're all for their 500 meter. This third pair. Cheng to both open in the SAPE. Opening is 10.48 for both women. It was winning time that we saw earlier this weekend on the Friday morning in the big division for the 1000 meters, where she ended up in 6th place. So now go onto the final straight. And it will be the win for Sophie Warmuth in this third pair, 37.93 and 37.99 for Winning Town. Third and fourth place at the moment for them. We will still have Min-Sung Kim leading. You know, there are a lot of women left on this 500 meters to go towards pair number 4. The Polish Ancelia Wojcik, national champion, national record holder in the inner lane. 7th in the 500 meter World Championships last year, and she takes it up against Kristina Silieva. 25-year-old from Kazakhstan. 8th place, best result for this season. Can she be that? As they're off in one go. You see the openings for both women. Still opening from Ancelia Wojcik, 10:49 against 10:55 for Kristina Silieva. Wojcik 4 World Cup medals last season. This season yet to get that first medal. Maybe today it's that day, but it is Kristina Silieva now passing her on the inner lane as she wins this race in a 37.94, 4th place for her, and a 38.14 for Ancelia Wojcik. She finds herself in 6th position. This moment we see some replays from both women. So that concludes the 4th pair of this 500 meter for the women.
In pair number 5 in the inner lane, representing Italy, national record holder Serena Berger.
And then continue to the 21-year-old skater from Italy, Serena Berger. The holder won the 500 meter for Neo Seniors in Milan on the Olympic track. Best result is 7th place in Calgary. She takes it up against Martina Baran from Poland. They're off also for Martina Baran. 7th place, the best result yet this season. She ended up in 7th in Salt Lake City with the openings of 10:52 and 10:55 for Berger and Baran. Quite a young field today on the ice for these women 500 meters. Average age of 24. As they move on the last straight, it is the win for Serena Berger in 37.64. Great race for her. A great lap as well, 27.12. This is 38.19 for Martina Baran. Great race by the youngster from Italy, getting better each race it looks like. There's some small hiccups in that last corner, but she pushes through, ends up with a great time, and looks like she's happy with the time as well. As we continue to pair number 6, the inner lane for the Canadian Beatrice Lamarche. 6th on the 1000 meter on Friday. Bronze on the 1000 meters in Salt Lake City. And she takes it up against the woman with the new track record on the 1500 meter yesterday, the Duchess Angel Dahleman. Best result, a 5th place in Calgary on the 500 meters. And they're off. Great to see the action in Salt Lake City from Angel as well, as she showed off.
Ze is nog A-junior 18 jaar van de prestatie van Angel Bouwman. De keer blijft aan de leiding. Bouwman nu op 2 en Kim Mitsun op 3. We proceed with pair number 7. In a lane, representing Japan, national 500 meter champion, Yoshida Yukino. And in the outer lane, representing Chinese Taipei, national record holder on the 500 meters, Chu Chenqing.
Go to the stop. Ready. False start in a lane, no stable position. Go to the stop. Ready.
Yoshida 10:42 and Chenqing 10:51. Zilver in Calgary, meteen in de A-divisie. Ze wint deze rit. Final time, Yoshida Yukino 37:63. Final time, Chen.
So my apologies for that. We have some slight
And we have a new fastest time.
small difficulties with the connection as we now continue. Pair number 7.
Calgary. Again, great performance. And our current number 1, Selena Peker, nu naar 2, Angel Bouwman naar 3. We gaan naar ritme 8. It's now time for pair number 8. Tee-off, please welcome. On the inner lane, representing Team USA, the reigning 500 meter Olympic champion, Erin Jackson. And in the outer lane, representing Korea, the junior world record holder in 500 meters, Lee Na-yoon.
Go to the stop. Ready.
Opening time, 100 meters, Lee Na-yoon 10:62. Lee Na-yoon moet alleen verder. Op een blessure bij Erin Jackson. De winnenbaan nu voor de finish van Lee Na-yoon.
Lee Na-yoon finishing here in 38:02. So stop there of Erin Jackson. Wondering what happened there.
19 jaar uit Korea.
19-years old is 9 Jan Lee. 8th on the 1,000 meters on Friday. Bronze in Salt Lake City. She has to skate this race on her own. We then move on to pair number 9. The inner lane for Anna Boersma. First World Cup appearance this season. She finished in 4th in Calgary in the 500 meter. Still waiting for her first World Cup medal. Today, maybe that day, she takes it up against the other Dutchess in this pair, Marit Vlederes. Bronze on the 1,000 meters and 500 meters in Calgary. 3rd in the World Cup classification.
Worthy.
As they're off for their 500 meter. The only 500 meter of this weekend. You see the opening times. Quick start there from Anna Boersma. 10:44 against a 10:64 for Marit Vlederes. You know from Marit Vlederes that she has a good lap in her legs. Now the higher speed from Vlederes in the inner lane. Passes Anna Boersma, takes over the lead as she is going to finish here in a time of 37:53, the new best time. She knows for sure she will end up on the podium. 37:93 for Anna Boersma. And she finishes at this moment in 8th place, but we have still 2 women left. Another all-Dutch pair coming up for the final pair of this 500 meters. Let's see the replay from Anna Boersma. Quick start from her. But we know from Marit Vlederes she can also skate a great 1,000 meters, so that full lap, that's where she often wins sometime. As we move on to the final pair, it is the inner lane for the winner of yesterday's 1,000 meter. It is of course Jutta Leerdam, 2nd in last year's World Championships, 2nd in Calgary in the 500 meter. She takes it up against the world record holder and the current world champion, Femke Kok, in the outer lane. Unbeaten this year yet. She will try to win her 5th 500 meter of this season.
Worthy.
And they're off. Kok against Leerdam. Leerdam that won that 1,000 meters, where Femke Kok ended up in 3rd as we see the opening. 10:34, another great opening by Femke Kok. And a 10:56 for Jutta Leerdam. Also a great opening for her. As we know, this full lap is what is her strongest point to go towards the final corner. This 500 meters, Kok in the inner lane, passes Leerdam. Goes on the final stretch. It is Kok leading for Leerdam. As Kok finishes in 37:00, wins this 500 meter, her 5th of this season. In 2nd place. Again, after also finishing in 2nd in Calgary for Jutta Leerdam. Great race for her as well, as it is an all Dutch. Final places, both or all 3 top places are for the Dutch. Great final corner for both women. But they still keep accelerating up to that top speed. Great performance by both, and of course also for Marit Vlederes, finishing in 3rd place. This is the final result. So the top 3 places for the Dutch women. Kok winning this 500 meter. Leerdam in second, Flitters in third. Rashida Berger Daleman for 5th and 6th. The rest of the top 10 is Sun Kim, Nogal, Warmhoeft and Boersma. You'll see places 11 to 20, with the did not finish for Erin Jackson. Hope she's fine and that we see her again next week for the World Cup in Poland. But it is another win, 5th of this season for Femke Kok on this 500 meter, still unbeaten. We will have a short break now before we continue with these 500 meters for the men. First, the overall World Cup standings. So, Femke Kok still the full amount of points. Leerdam in second, Flatters in third. That's the current standings, but it is a very close battle still for that second place in a year where it's all about the Olympic Games. Here we go again, the men's 500 meters. We see the World Cup standings on the screen. Stoltz leading the overall classification for Zurich and De Bow. We'll see them on the ice in the final races. Here we have the first 5 pairs. Kyun Min Ko against Stefan Westbrook. Kicking off this 500 meters. So we have the top positions in pair number 6 to 10 with De Bow in 8th, Stoltz in 9th, and Gauer against Zurek in the last pair number 10. As you probably just saw, or if you're just tuning in to this live stream, it was Femke Kok who won the 500 meter for the women. Leerdam finishing in 2nd, and Marit Fledders winning the bronze medal on this 500 meter for women. But now it's all about the 500 meter for the men. As it is Kamin Ku against Westbrook, kicking off this 500 meters. So as said earlier, it's all about the Olympic Games this season. Every race you skate, try to gain enough points in order to have the starting position for your country. And then each country has its own qualification metrics to qualify for the Olympic Games. We have the first pair, Kyun Min Ko from Korea, starting in the inner lane. Only 20 years old. First on the 1000 meter in the B division on Friday, and as he takes it up against Stefan Westbrook from the Netherlands. Back in the A division. After skating in the B division in both Salt Lake City and Calgary. Kyun Min Ko 6th on the 500 meter in Salt Lake City. Great result for him this season, as they are off to set the first times on the scoreboard. Great start by Westbrook. The 9.71 against the 9.88 for Ko Kyun-min. The speeds higher than the women. And going towards that 54 kilometers per hour. For the men, we expect to see some speeds up to 61 kilometers per hour. As we have the first times on the scoreboard, the 34.75 for Stefan Westbrook and 34.83 for Ko Kyun-min. Those are the times to beat for the upcoming races.
This is race number 2. In a lane, representing Japan.
We then continue to pair number 2. Skater from Japan, Shinama Tetsuya. Winner of the B division 500 meter in Calgary. So now back in that A division. 13 World Cup classification last season. She takes it up against Kutsabo Kachiru. 6th in Calgary. Only 24th in the 500 meter overall classification. Two Japanese skaters against each other in the second pair. On the ice of Heerenveen, and they are off. And Shinama Tetsuya, we saw him winning last year. Last season in the World Cups in Milwaukee. In the 500 meter, taken in 9.56 against 9.58 for the Japanese man. This Ichiro taking over the lead from his teammate as he wins this 500 meter in a time of 34.35. Which is a good time for him. It's a 34.74 for Tetsuya Shinama. First and second time at this moment.
Outstanding race by Katsuro Katsuhiro Kuratsubo, 34:35 is a new personal best and the fastest time so far. En hij klopt. Shinama, die 500 meters het broek sluit. This is race number 3.
34:35 for him. Great time.
Heerenveen, representing the People's Republic of China. The
Personal best on
2021
sea level as we continue to pair number 3. It is the Chinese Lian Ziwen, 27-year-old skater, 15,000 meter on Friday, as he takes it up against the world champion on the 1,000 meters. It is Joep Woudemar's from the Netherlands.
Goal to the start.
Already saw him twice on the ice this weekend. Ended up in 6th place on the 1,000 meters and also 6th on the 1,500 meters. But he got that bronze medal on the 1,000 meters and he really stops. This is probably for the World Cup points important as said for the Olympic Games. It is a bit sad for this race as it is. Ziwen Lian opening 9.63. Now has to skate all on his own. It is third 500 meter for the man. 17 on the last year's World Championship, and now finishes in a time of 34.78. Fourth time at this moment. And it is always difficult if you don't have another skater in the track that you can push yourself a little bit extra. As you know, misses it. It always has some effect on the final time. To then move on to pair number 4.
Representing Estonia, the notable national record holder, it's Martin Lee.
In the lane for the number 9 of last Friday 1,000 meter. And it is Martin Lee. He takes it up against Sebastian Denis from the Netherlands, 5th in Calgary. The 500 meter. He's got a big personal record in Calgary. 34.11.
Ready.
There's their old Martin Lee. Best result yet this year, the 7th place. The 500 meter in Calgary as they open in 9.69 for Denise against 9.81 for Leaf. Denise great. Change there as he already is past Leaf. There we see the speed just above the 60 kilometers per hour. Great speed by Denise, and as she finishes in 34.53. Second fast time at this moment, 34.82 for Martin Leaf. He finds himself back in 6th place. What a great exchange there from Denise. There's a great target there in front of him. Powerful strokes there. Already alongside him. Halfway the last corner. And already reaching that 60 plus kilometers per hour in that final corner. And we know to see even higher speeds in the upcoming races as we have pair number 5. Evgeny Kozhin representing Kazakhstan, silver in Salt Lake City. Won 2 World Cups over 500 meter last season. As he takes it up against Björn Magnussen. 500 meter in Salt Lake City. That's his best result this season yet. We saw him this weekend on the 1,000 meters in the B division, where he ended up in 10th place. Ooh, and a false start there. Full start for Björn Maxim. Let's see the replay.
Full start, outer lane, crossing the line.
So here, starter Piotr Tokarski
Start.
explaining the fault at its first start. So crossing the line means he went over with his skate over that starting line that you see on the ice. So we have to restart the second start for pair number 5. And now they're off. Great start by Koshin. What an opening for Koshin, 9:32. We saw that exciting first World Cup win last year. Get to press this season 60 kilometers per hour for Magnussen. That means that he will try to come alongside, and he manages to. He wins this race in the 34:47 for Magnussen. And the 34:54 for Yevgeny Koshin. Still trying to improve that full lap, Yevgeny Koshin. After that great start that we know from him, the 9:32, one of the fastest starts in the World Cup circuit. Still having some work to be done before the Olympics to also get that full lap covered and use that speed that is gained in the first 100 meters also for that final lap. So we then continue to pair number 6. This the Polish Marek Kania against the Canadian, the former world champion Laurent Dubreuil. Just missed out on the medals last year during the World Championships. Ended up in 4th place. Marokania was also present. Ended up in 9th. Best result this year is the 8th place for Polish skater, but it is Dubreuil having the better start, opening in 9:49 against the 9:78 for Kania. Means that Dubreuil will get a great exchange here. Can really use the Polish skater. Split target in front. Needs to have a good corner here. Go towards almost 61 kilometers per hour for the Polish skater. Tries to come alongside and in the end wins this race in a new fastest time. This moment 34:33 for Marek Kania, 34:39 for Laurent Dubreuil. And we know from Marek Kania that he has a good full lap in his legs. 13th place on the 1,000 meters on Friday. But still 8 men left on this 500 meters. So still everything can change as we move towards pair number 7. You see 2 youngsters on the ice. Is the 24-year-old Cooper McLeod in the inner lane. Bronze on the 500 meter last year during the World Championships. And we saw him on the Friday on the 1,000 meters. They ended up in 12th place. So he takes it up against Xue Ziwen from China. 22-year-old, 19th on last year's World Championships. Best result this year is the 5th place. The 500 meter in Salt Lake City. Great trip to Salt Lake for him. So he skated a big personal record. First time below the 34 seconds as they are off for their 500 meter here on the ice in TL Heerenveen. Great start by Xu, 9:63. Good start for him and a 9:79 for Cooper McLeod. McLeod's we also saw on the 1000 meters on Friday, as he now will finish behind Su. Su wins this race in 34.66. Second place for him against 34.80 for McLeod. This is a 22-year-old against a 24-year-old. I think both had hoped for a little bit more. There's also a small hiccup there from the Chinese skater in the inner lane. So we then move on to pair number 8, the current world champion. Starting from the inner lane, it is Yanning Debo. And look at that personal best, just 200ths of a second above the current world record. As it is Thomas Kroll, the former 1500 and 1000 meter world champion, watching from the stands. In the outer lane, it is Kim Jun-ho from Korea, winner of the 500 meter in Calgary. Will be starting from the outer lane.
Ready.
And they're off. The bow against Kim. Kim 10th during last year's World Championships, where the bow won the 500 meter World Championship. 9.65 against 9.48. The bow against Kim. But we know from the bow that he has a great full lap in his legs. 60.3. Almost 61 kilometers per hour. It is the bow still leading in front of Kim. It is the bow who will win this race in a time of 34.10. New fastest time. Against 34.43 from Junho Kim. He finds himself in 5th place at this moment. So the second fastest man ever now has the fastest time at this moment, 34.10. See the great technique from his background in short track speed skating. Great corners that he can really use with those high speeds that we see nowadays within the men's speed skating.
2 more pairs to go. Our previous pair is pair number 9.
So we then move on to pair number 9. It is the inner lane for the winner of the 1000 meters and 1500 meters of this weekend. The runner-up of last year's World Championships. It is, of course, Jordan Stoltz from the United States. 500,000 and 1500 meter world champion in 2023 and 2024, as he takes it up against Moishige Wataru.
Cold start.
Already twice ended up in 4th place on the 500 meter this season. Number 5 from last year's World Championships. He'll take it up against the youngster from the United States. And they're off in one go, so Stoltz against Moishige. Stoltz said, already mentioned to the media, he will go for a 3rd track record. This is a good start for him, 9.56 against the 9.54. Stoltz now gaining some speed as he goes into the final outer corner. We watch the speed closely. He goes towards that 61 kilometers per hour. It is Stoltz leading for Moishige, and it is 30.39.0. The new track record for Jordan Stoltz, the 3rd one of this weekend, after also taking the track record on the 1000 and 1500 meters. It's now 3 times for him. As he takes over the track record from Yanning Debo. What a race by Jordan Stoltz. It's a great last corner from him where he still gaining speed in the final outer corner. And here it is, Jenning de Bo. Not so delighted that he loses out on his track record. But we're not done yet as we go ahead with the final pair. These 500 meters for the men. The inner lane is for the Chinese Gao Qingyu. Bronze in Salt Lake City. 16 overall classification on the 500 meter of this World Cup season. He takes it up against Damian Zurek from Poland. Twice silver this year already. Can he be even faster than Jordan Stolz and take over the track record? Win his first gold of this season.
Ready.
Total silence in the stadium. And we're over with the final pair of the 500 meter for men. See a great start there from the Chinese. 9:57 for Gao. And 9:83 for Zurek. You know from Zurek that he can skate some fast full laps. He was also 8th in the 1000 meters on Friday. It looks like a big gap to Gao. Not big enough as it is. Zurek coming or passing him in the inner lane. It is the win for Zurek in the time of 34:57 and a 34:71 for Gao. That means that we have the winner. This 500 meter, his third win of this weekend. Jordan Stolz from the United States. The new track record, his third track record of this weekend. And he's not done yet. We will also see him on the mass start. Will be skated after a short ice resurface. Stolz doing Stolz things, winning again. He seems to be in good form with the Olympic Games coming up in February.
Straks op het podium voor het zilver Tialf hier in Eigenhuis met 34-10 wordt hij vandaag de runner-up Jenning de Bo. En de winner in 33.
We have the final standings on the screen right here. So the track record for Jordan Stolz, second place, losing his track record. So we'll be happy with that. Jenning de Bo, still a great race from him with the 34:10. And in third will be going to the podium, Moishige Wataru. See some close battles there between third and sixth place. Only 900ths of a second between four skaters. To then move on to place 11 to 20 with UPNR's. So finishing his race. We know from the qualification for the Olympic Games, gaining the starting places. The skater needs to reach a certain amount of points to finish in the top of the overall classification in order to gain the quota for the maximum amount of starting place for each country. As I saw this earlier, that the track record of Jordan Stolz of the 1000 meters was covered. Will probably be revealed later today. But there will be one extra one that need to be revealed. And that is of course the new track record on the 500 meters, the 33.90. So that is the new fastest time ever skated on this rink. Stolz taking his time to give some autographs to the fans here in the Tialf Arena in Heerenveen. We have the World Cup standings right here. Jos Stoltz leading the World Cup standings after 3 World Cups. De Bo in second, Zurich in third. It's still a close battle for the final places. We will have a short ice service before we continue with the mass start for the women and the men. After which we will continue to the final races of today. It will be the team sprints for both women and men. So stay tuned as we'll shortly continue with the final day of the IJU Speed Skating World Cup number 3 here in Tialf Heerenveen with the mass start for the women.
If it's up to you, we could be here all week.
Yeah, we could be. I'm enjoying it. So.
Of course, also track record on the 500 meters. Congratulations for that. What do you have to do tomorrow? Because we have another.
Well, I guess I'll have to put up another record on the board, so that should be fun. And yeah, this one felt great.
Oh man, that felt great. But now, you know what we're gonna do right now?
We're gonna hold down the cover for the track.
First, there was your name was none on the board, on the track record board, and now we're gonna reveal the second one.
Perfect.
And then we have one left in spare. So, but first we're gonna do this one. Look at the board. We see your name already at the 1500 meters. We revealed it yesterday, but today we're gonna reveal it on the 1000 meters. Would you do the countdown for? Do you still remember the time now? Just after your 500 race.
33:90.
Great, great, great. Let's count down from 5 to 0. Can you help me with that? In 5. In 5.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, amazing Jordan Stoltz track record in an amazing time. We see it 1000 meters, 1:06:38. Give it all up. Tialf, laat ik nog 1 keer horen voor Jordan Stoltz.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the medal ceremony for the ISU World Cup 500 meter women. In third place and bronze medalist with a final time of 37:53, representing the Netherlands, namens Nederland, Marit Vladeres. And the medals are awarded by Mr. Sergio Anesi, the ISU representative. And the memorable gifts are being presented by Mr. Herman de Haan, the president of the Royal Dutch Skating Federation. Marit Vladeres. In second place and silver medalist with a time of 37:36, representing the Netherlands, Jutta Leerdam. Jutta Leerdam. And then in first place and the gold medalist with a time of 37:00, her third season 500 meter victory, representing the Netherlands. Hier is ze TL, Femke Kok. Femke Kok. Congratulations to the ISU World Cup medalist for the 500 meter women. Third place, Marit Vladeres. The second place, Jutta Leerdam. And first place winner, Femke Kok. first place and the gold medalist in a new track record of 33.90. He represents the USA. Here is Jordan Stoltz. And as well, the official certificate of the track record. His third track record this weekend. Jordan Stoltz. And again, congratulations to the ISU World Cup medalist for the 500 meter men. Third place, Morishige Wataru. Second, Yannick de Bo. And the winner, Jordan Stoltz.
So here we go, we continue the competition with the mass start for women. 16 laps, 2 skate including 3 intermediate sprints of laps 4, 8 and 12. But most of the points will be divided at the end of the line for the first 3 skaters. It will be 60, 40 and 20 points, and for the intermediate sprints it will be less. So in the end, the skater who crosses the finishing line first will win this mass start, as we have the presentation for the skaters. The leader of the overall World Cup classification, it is Mia Manganiello from the United States. She may start with the number 1 on her helmet. Here it is Yvonne Blondin, the current former world champion, I have to say, the current number 2 in the overall standings. Valérie Monter in 3rd, the other Canadian in this mass start, 3rd in the overall standings. And it is Marijke Groenewoud, the current world champion, number 4 on her helmet. And the other Duchess, the teammate of Marijke Groenewoud, that is Bente Kerkhoff, also from the Netherlands. Number 6 on the helm of Francesca Lollobrigida from Italy. 3rd in last year's World Championships. And then the rest of the field also joins them on the starting line, as they will get the start from starter Steven Knüffler from Germany. So they can begin. There are 16 laps in this mass start for the women.
Ready.
So here they go, as we see the leader of the World Cup classification in the yellow helmet. All the others in white helmet caps with the numbers on them. So a total of 24 women on the ice. The first lap has to be skated behind the number 1. And when they will cross the finish line on this straight. One more shot, as we just heard. That signals that the race is on. With Manganiello still leading, setting the pace up in front. We now see all the different tactics coming into play, different teammates communicating with each other. All will have their plan ready. Who they need to watch. Which women, of course, very strong against the Canadian women. Manganiello winning that first World Cup in Salt Lake. Yvonne Blondin winning second World Cup, and the current world champion Marijke Groenewoud now in the lead. Not in the best form yet, we have to say, but she is gaining form with every race that she skates. Number 15, Greta Meyer from the USA on the outside. As it is Anastasia Shimonova leading the pack, as we heard the bell for the first intermediate sprint. Everyone still looking at each other. Some of the skaters will go for those intermediate points. So that will give some assurance for a good position. Ooh, and a fall there from number 24, Josie Hoffmann from Germany. Is this Groenewald now? Still leading. The head coach of the Netherlands there. Discussing together with the coach of Groenewald what to do. And it's a strong pack in front. It is Ivani Blondin together with Groenewald and the number 6 on her helmet, Francesca Lollobrigida. Those three women very strong. Trying to keep ahead, but the gap is already closed by Manganiello. Groenewald looks behind. Still putting in the effort, and there she goes, Bente Kerkhoff. And this is a strong plan of the Netherlands. First, Groenewald goes. The rest of the pack needs to close that gap, and then Kerkhoff is going. But it is the Canadian women's that see through that tactic quite early. Already right behind Kerkhoff. There she goes again. Groenewald. Strong effort from her. Then the women of Canada need to go again. You hear the second bell for the second intermediate sprint. Malta in second, Blondin in third. And they need to close that gap in order to keep with Groenewald. So we know she can skate. The final laps in front. Strong endurance from her as the pace slows down once again. Let's see if Kerkhoff goes again. Looks like to be the tactic of the Dutch. But it is now Tess taking over the lead, trying to gain a bit there on the other women as the pace is short a little bit. She looks to have 30 to 40 meters already. And now it is the slower pace from the rest of the pack. Number 15 in front, Greta Myers. Probably she doesn't have to go through from Mia Manganiello. And there it is, Bente Kerkhoff now setting the pace. Coming out, leaving, closing the gap to the Canadian women. It is almost 50 to 60 meters, but Kerkhoff closing in. Tas still leading this mass start. And as said, it's important to finish in the top position to gain important points in order for starting places for the Olympic Games. So even for the other women who don't have the highest of chances to finish in the top 3. It is important to gain those points in order to finish in the top 5 or top 10. As we have the bell for the third intermediate sprint, 12 out of 16 laps gone. You see strongest women coming together, and this is number 24, Josie Hoffmann, who we saw the fall of earlier. Ooh, and a fall there from our race leader. That's unfortunate. This task going down. That shakes up the whole mass start again, as we see the intermediate sprint here for McGregor, but it is the replay of Tas. Oh, she goes down in that corner, leading this mass start. Very unfortunate for her. Gets up quickly. Hopefully she can get back to the peloton on the ice, as it is. Everyone back together. Swiss women leading the pack, as it is Kerkhoff once again with a big effort going to the front, and right behind her the other skater from the United States, number 15, Greta Myers, closing again that gap for Mia Manganiello. Manganiello still haven't seen her much in the front of the race, pacing her effort as we see another fall in the back there. number 14, the other German, Josephine Schleur. Both German women going down in this mass start. Kerkhoff still leading. We go towards the final few laps of this mass start. You see pace going up. On the outside it is Groenewoud and Blondin trying to get into that final lap in first position. Here we have the bell for that final lap. Manganiello in perfect position right behind Groenewoud as she tries to gain to close that gap. It is Groenewoud still leading for Manganiello right behind them. It's a big gap to the Canadian girls going through the last lap. It is Groenewoud still leading. Manganiello in second. Can she get along? Groenewoud still leading. It is the win for Groenewoud in Tialf. Great performance from her. First World Cup win of this season. And this is second place for Manganiello. Park in third. Blondin, House, Sato, Lollobrigida and Yang. That's first 8 skaters in this women's mass start. And a very unfortunate fall of the Belgian Tas. The big lead over the rest. Slips in that corner and goes down. A great team effort by the Dutch women. Out finishing it. And also Manganiello happy with that performance. You see the final corner right here of Groenewoud with Manganiello right behind her. Very strong final straight of Groenewoud. Like Manganiello may came alongside, but in the end it was Groenewoud who had the best end. We'll have the final standings right here. It is Groenewoud winning this mass start. Manganiello in second, Park in third. And then Blondin, House, Sato, McGregor, Tas, Rosner and Semenova finishing in the top 10th. And places 11 to 20. Motte and Adi taking up 1 point in the intermediate sprint, and that's also why those points can be so important for some of the women that need to qualify for the Olympics. We have places 21 to 23. Fortunately, with a fall for both German women. So then we'll have a short break till we continue with the mass start for the men. So stay tuned.
Especially painted by a Dutch guy?
Yeah, a Dutch short tracker. And I'm sorry, I hope I'm not offending anybody, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. But he's a World Tour short tracker.
Okay, it looks great on you. How was this race? Was it difficult? I mean, I saw many times of falling and...
Yeah, it was definitely one of the faster ones we've had in a while, I think. The Dutch did a great job of attacking, Italian, Canadians, everybody was doing something. So honestly, it helps me. I enjoy a fast race. A lot of stop and go. Kind of tends to weaken the field a little bit, so made out for a good sprint.
How's it here in Tino? False question.
The best place in the world.
As we then continue with the men's mass start. Here we see the World Cup standings as of now. It is Jorrit Bergsma leading the World Cup standings for Andrea Giovanni and Chung Jae-won. That's of course then also the starting list for this mass start of today. The mass start for the men. She just had the win for Marijke Groenewoud in the mass start for the women. Here we see Jorrit Bergsma with that yellow helm cap. Number 1 on his helmet. The leader of the overall classification of the World Cup. And there it is, number 2 and 24. Number 2, of course, for Andrea Giovanni from Italy. And his teammate, number 24, Daniele Di Stefano. This is important, of course, for a lot of teams to have 2 skaters in small start final. You can do some tactics then inside, like we just saw with the Dutch women, to go after each other. So trying to the other teams lose some stamina there.
Oké,
Try to come on top.
Hij gaat vertrekken
We
van
have
pole position. Onze eigen
the announcement
levende
of
bende op reis.
the skaters.
Hij is natuurlijk wereldkampioen op de maastart geweest. Hij is natuurlijk wereldbekerwinnaar op de
World
maastart
champion
geweest. Hij is natuurlijk niemand
on
minder dan
this
onze eigen
maastart.
meervoudig Nederlands, Europees wereldkampioen. Tialf, hier is
And this
Jorrit Bergsma.
skater is someone with 10K yesterday. It is Jorrit Bergsma, starting with that number 1 on his helmet.
And a warm welcome on second starting
Winner of the
position,
first
defending
World Cup of the season.
World Cup winner representing
We then have the
Italia,
winner of the
Andrea
second World Cup, the World Cup in Calgary, Andrea Giovanni, the world champion on the mass start. One of the favorites for the win today. With third starting position for Jae-won Chung from Korea. Third in the overall World Cup classification. From Germany, Felix Mali, number 4 on his helmet. Top 5 in the World Cup mass start classification. And then a surprising name for most. We just saw him getting his 3rd track record. He also tries to win on this mass start. It is, of course, Jordan Stolz. Number 5 on his helmet. Here it is Antoine Galias Berlu. Number 6 on his helmet from Canada.
Number 5, Gabriel Odor.
And then number 7, Bart Swings from Belgium. The Olympic champion, 3rd at the World Championships last year. As the rest of the pack will also join to make a total of 24 men, which will start this mass start. So as explained earlier, 16 laps, which the first lap needs to be skated behind the leader of the World Cup classification. We'll have 3 intermediate sprints, laps number 4, 8 and 12, in which some points can be gained, but most of the points will be gained at the finish. Points for the top 3 finishers, 60, 40 and 20. So in the end, the top 3 that finishes will also go to the podium. You see the ears, easy first lap. Right behind them, it's the American man that keeps some distance. And there we see immediately Jorrit Bergsma together with Felix Mali. We already have quite a big gap, and it's an interesting tactic that we see here from the Americans. They left quite a large gap to the two men in lead. Bergsma immediately seeing the opportunity, taking the early lead. Now gives the lead over to Felix Mali. And these men, you don't want to give them too much space, as both of them can also skate quite a strong 5 and 10K. As you see the Italian crossing over to them. Now even a stronger first three. Andre Giovannini joining the pack. So we heard the first bell for the first intermediate sprint, but these men will probably go through to the finish if they need to. And then we see that no one wants to put the pace up. The Japanese skater tries to bridge that gap. As it is Giovanni taking over the lead from Bergsma. Felix Mali still with them. Those are the three leaders. Interesting tactic. This Bart Swings, but also Stoltz. And of course the other skater from the US as well, Iter Chepuran. But we'll need to start doing something in order to close that gap to the front three skaters. Bart Swings now trying to close that gap. We see a 2-second gap between them. But they are going through Giovanni, Bergsma and Mali. So big effort needed from the group behind them in order to close that gap. But it is closing. Only 20 meters to go. Swings looking behind him. Sees someone else maybe closing that gap. It is number 18, Ethan Seperan, right behind Swings. Already a lot of action early in this mass start. It is once again Giovanni taking over the lead from Bergsma. Setting that pace as everything comes together again. And we hear the bell for the second intermediate sprint. Ooh, and a fall there from the number 23, that is Sigurd Alebo Dierset from Norway. Unfortunately, a fall from him. But we look again at the front. As you see the second intermediate sprint being won by Gilek. Also Lamino now going together with Gilek. And we know both these skaters have a very strong endurance, so don't give them too much room. Top skaters from the 10K off yesterday. Gilek looking behind him, trying to go over to Lamino. We see double fall also from Jordan Stoltz there in the back. A very great leap, very great jump there from the Norwegian skater. Everything back together as we have 5 laps to go in this mass start for men. This Fridtjof Petzl, number 13 on his helmet, now leading. Front off. Victor Halletorp in second. And Belloir in third. That's the order at this moment as we heard the bell for the last intermediate sprint. They will try to gain some points in order to finish in the top 10 or top 15 at least of this mass start, to gain important points for that Olympic qualifying quota. But it is in the end Gilek that gets the max point for this intermediate sprint for Belloir and Torp. And then the base goes down again. This Gilek controlling from the front. Oh, and a fall there from number 15. It is Timo Labino. Just saw him in the front. Now he goes down, and there he goes again. It is Bersma with another attack already in the beginning, and now another one with 2 laps to go. We cross the finish line now. And a great effort from him. Like we also saw during that first World Cup, that very strong performance. Oh, it is already like 60 meters. A very strong performance of Bersma. There the pack. Oh, another 2 skaters going down. At least it is number 10, Jake Weideman from Canada. Bersma gaining 2.6 seconds. That's the gap between Bersma and Gilek. Gilek now trying to close that gap, but looks behind. Looks if someone supports him. Swings in his back. Bersma still leading. There he comes. Swings. Accelerating as we heard the bell about the last lap. It is a big gap. A very big gap. Can Swings close that gap towards Bersma? It is now 2.7 seconds. Even more than the last lap. Bersma, can he hold on the last lap of this mass start for men? Where is Swings? No, isn't even Swings. It is Jae-Woon Chung. Can he close that gap? No, it doesn't look like it. It is the win for Jorrit Bersma. What a race, what a tactic from him in this mass start for men. His second win of this season. And it is a 3rd place for his teammates, celebrating together here in Tialf. It is Hoer finishing in 3rd. And it was the Korean Chung Jae-won that takes home the silver. What a race, what a tactic from the Dutchman. That's the beauty of this format. A lot of different tactics that everyone can use, can try. No race is the same. As we also saw again in this mass start. Here it is. The final effort of Bersma. Whatever it was, immediately created a gap of 50 to 60 meters, 2.6, 2.7 seconds. And in the end, then ended up too much to close for the pack behind them. There we see the final sprint of Chung Jae-won, winning that sprint off the rest of the pack, and Holwerf celebrating before the finish line the win of Bersma. In the end, finishing on the podium together with him in 3rd place. Here was the big leap. Oh, it was actually a Canadian that jumped right over Stoltz. Fell early in the race. It has some time to take pictures together with the steward as the Dutchmen celebrate their podium places. So we'll have the final results right here. It is Bersma winning this mass start in front of Chung Jae-won. Holwerf in 3rd. Swings Giovanni Gilek in 4th, 5th and 6th places. Dutchman celebrating together with the fans as we see the World Cup standings right here. So the win of Bersma advancing his lead in the overall standings. Chung now moves up to second, Giovanni in third. Swings in fourth and Holberg in fifth place after his third place in this mass start. Then we will resurface the ice now and continue with the final two events of this weekend, the team sprint for both women and men. So stay tuned. We shortly will have the team sprints for women and men.
First and third, so it's okay. Yeah? 19 or something. It's a pretty hard race. Yeah. The first 5 left swings was shouting that the race need to be stopped because they had a gap in the first lap. Yeah. And that's not allowed, I think, but
Givo. And the medals are awarded by Mr. Sergio Anesi, the ISU representative. And the memorable gifts are being presented by Mr. Herman de Haan, the president of the Royal Dutch Skating Federation. Park Givo. And then in second place and silver medalist, the World Cup leader representing the United States of America, Mia Manganello. Manganello. And then in first place, and the gold medalist, three-time world champion, representing the Netherlands, TL Laten Dak maar trillen. Hier is Marijke Groenewoud. Marijke Groenewoud. Congratulations to the ISU World Cup medalist for the mass start women. In third place, Park Jiwo. The second place, Mia Manganello. And first place winner, Marijke Groenewoud. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the medal ceremony for the ISU World Cup Mass Start Men. In third place and bronze medalist, representing the Netherlands, Bart Holweg. And the medals are again awarded by the ISU representative, Mr. Sergio Anesi. And the memorable gifts are being presented, Mr. Herman de Haan, the president of the Royal Dutch Skating Federation. Bart Holweg. In second place and silver medalist, representing the Republic of Korea, Chung Jae-won. Chung Jae-won. And then in first place in the gold medalist, the oude krijger, representing the Netherlands, here is Jorrit Bergsma. Jorrit Bergsma. Congratulations to the ISU World Cup medalist for the Mass Start Men. Third place, Bart Holweg. The second place, Chung Jae-won. And the winner, first place, Jorrit Bergsma.
then we continue with the final event of today, the team sprint for both women and men. So we start with the team sprint for the women. So a total of 3 pairs on the starting list. Not a lot of teams that will be starting on this women's sprint. It is the first pair with only one team for the Republic of Korea. United States against Canada in pair number 2, and the Netherlands against Poland in pair number 3. So it is the first team sprint of this season in the international circuit. So first 2 World Cups did skate the team pursuit. And skated over 6 laps for the women, or 8 laps for the men, and this one it is skated over only 3 laps, in which one skater will fall off every lap. It means that the last lap will be skated by a single skater of each team. That gives then the final time for the full team, as we heard the whistle of starter Steven Knuffler. We will start the team sprint for the women with the single team in this first pair, Team Korea. So it's more of a sprinting team effort as it is for the team pursuit. We have Team Korea on starting straight. It is Young Kim and Lee starting for the Republic of Korea in this women's team sprint. They will need to set a time.
Ready.
For the other teams to beat as we have to start. Oh, and a fall already at the beginning of this race. Yeah, and you need all 3 skaters for this one, as you also need for the team pursuit. One skater to fall off after every lap. You will see the replay immediately. There, in front of the skate, getting into the ice, causing the fall. Very unfortunate for the Republic of Korea. See the first exchange here, so 1 full lap done. And we see the first starter skater getting to the outside of the track. And the 2 other skaters continuing. And with that fall, yeah, this time is not representative of what these women can do. It is a good example, as you just saw, of something that looks a lot like the relay from short track speed skating, but then in different form, as the second skater in this instance needs to cross center line first, after which the third skater will have to finish the final 3 laps, as we have to finish right here for Team Korea, unfortunately, with that fall, the one of 39.00. Very unfortunate for them. Another replay from another angle. See there, skater on the left going down. And the other women immediately knowing they have to wait, and there is the exchange. The second skater helping the third skater, getting some extra speed going into the final lap. Not a full speed for these Korean women, but we will see some of these exchanges with the next couple of teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is race number 2.
We continue with pair number 2. It is Team Canada against Team United States. Brown, Warren and Rance Evans for the United States, for Team Canada. See her once again, middle there, Blondin.
Go to the start.
Team Canada, together with Lamarche and McDowell. Silver medalist of last year's World Championships.
Ready.
Team Canada. Top of the screen against Team United States. Great to have this team sprint as well within the international circuit. And it's another event on the calendar, especially for the sprinters. A great addition to their program. It is Canada 18-3 against 87 from the United States. This Canada still leading. Of the United States, so Canadian women silver at the World Championships last year. Netherlands won the world title. As we go towards the final exchange here, we see the throw from the second to the third skater for that final lap. Stephanie Blondin, we just saw her on the mass start. Short time to recover from the mass start as she finishes here in a time of 1:26.05 for Canada and a 1:29.81 for the United States. The same trio of Canada that took home that silver last year on the World Championships. See the throw from Team United States towards the third skater. So now take up second position. So we then continue to the final pair of these women's team sprint already. So as said, not a lot of teams on the starting list of this third World Cup. But we will see the team sprint back next week as well as we go towards the final pair. We have Poland, Baran, Timok Nogal and Bosik. Bronze at the World Championships last season. Take it up against Team the Netherlands. Boersma, Flederis and Kok. World Championship. Current world champions. Take it up against the bronze medal winners. The final pair of this team sprint.
Ready.
And that's a start. So also important within the team sprint. Start the skater not starting too fast. So the rest of the skaters can still catch up, of course. It is important to start fast in the other way because it gives you some heads up, some extra speed for the skater. Here it is, Boersma moving over to Flederis, Netherlands, 31.01, but it is Poland leading at 30.9. But the Netherlands still have Kok in third position now with her arms on the back. It is a stronger intermediate lap for the Team the Netherlands, 44.1. 6/10 of a second in front of Team Canada, who now still has the fastest time. 57.5 for Team the Netherlands, almost a second ahead. Poland closely with the intermediate time of Team Canada, still right in front with 0.08 of a second. Poland losing out on Team Canada as they go to the final corner on the way to the finish line. Looks like another win for Team the Netherlands. And it is the third place for Team Poland. Canada finishing in second. Exactly like the podium as we had last year on the World Championships. So it is another win for Team the Netherlands. Silver Team Canada and bronze for Team Poland in this team sprint for women. See the replay of this final pair number 3. Here's Flederis and Kok grabbing another gold medal. Great to see those innovations pushing during the team pursuit. It's now done by all teams. This is also another innovative tactic just to gain that little bit of extra speed towards that third and final skater. In this case for the Netherlands, Femke Kok. So we have the final results. The Netherlands winning this team sprint. Canada in second, Poland in third. Fourth place for the United States and fifth place, unfortunately, with that fall is for the Republic of Korea. As the Dutch women celebrate, we will have a short break before we continue with the team sprint of the men, the final event of today. There we will see a total of 7 pairs, so a whole lot more of teams competing for the top 3 spots. Here we go, the final event of today, the men's team sprint. We'll see the first 3 pairs on the screen. Austria against Switzerland, Hungary against Finland. And it is Norway against Kazakhstan in the first 3 pairs. Canada, Poland, Republic of Korea against the United States. And China against the Netherlands in the final pair of today. So a total of 6 pairs. Instead of the 7 I mentioned earlier. We have 12 teams competing for the podium places. We start with the first pair for the men's team sprint.
Now it's time for
It is Switzerland, Gross, and Wenger competing for Team Switzerland. They compete.
Go to the start.
They compete, of course, against Team Austria. Gezwinter, Odor, and Van Heuvel. And they're off. So for the men, the same concept as for the women. 3 laps, which we'll see 1 skater less each lap. So the final lap to be skated by the third skater that you see right now. And there it is already. There's 2 skaters starting quite fast. Third skater needed to close the gap a little bit now. He is right behind them. So in the end it was only Switzerland that started here. Austria to not be starting. To go towards the final push. Let's see the push right here, and it is another throw from that second to the third skater as we heard the bell for the last lap for Team Switzerland. See the final straight and the finish for Team Switzerland, the 1:21.65. That's the first time on the scoreboard, a new national record for Team Switzerland. We then continue to race number 2. Let's see what this race will bring. It is Team Finland, Koko, Suominen and Lietonen. It will be starting for the finish as they compete against the Hungarian men, Becsi, Bude and Nagy.
Go to the start. Ready.
Oh, you don't see this that often, a false start in the team sprint. The whistle a little bit earlier, so a couple of assistant starters around the head starter, Steven Kunnefer, in his position in the middle of the track here, because there are a lot of skaters on the ice, of course, and also big distance between starter in the middle of the track. Having to watch both sides. Assistant referee can also blow the whistle. So the race will be restarted. Time to beat from Switzerland, 1:21.65.
Full
So that will be the target for
crossing the line.
the 2 teams on the starting line.
Go to the start. Ready.
It's the start of the second race. Team Finland against Team Hungary. Of course, Samale and Leitona. See the fast start from Team Finland, 16.9. Team Hungary, 17.64 for them. So now give over to the second skater in each team. Finland right on the time of Team Switzerland. Hungary slightly behind, but still have 1.5 laps to go. Team Finland, another time that is exactly the same as it was from Switzerland. Here we see the throw from Team Hungary. Hungary is still slightly behind, but it will all come down to the final skater. As it is now Team Hungary 1:09.09 and the 1:09.52 for Team Finland. And the finish, it is 1:22.41. The gaps don't really compare, but it is the second time for Team Hungary. It was the time of 1:21.65 for Team Switzerland. That was the time to beat, and is still the time to beat, as Finland and Hungary come up short.
So we know Switzerland still on top of our leaderboards with their 1:21.653 new national record. We will prepare for pair number 3 of
So Hungary in second at the moment, Finland in third. So we then move on to the third pair of this team sprint for the men. This Team Kazakhstan, Vazinin, Glenko and Axel will be skating this team sprint for Team Kazakhstan, and they will go up against Team Norway, white shirt, Huke and Magnussen. Three gladiators from Team Norway.
Ready.
So yeah, cool to see the innovations regarding the helmets. Kazakhstan to be wearing some aerodynamic helmets. We used to see, especially last year, some very aerodynamic helmets like used in the Tour de France and other cycling time trials. This year we have some extra rules in order to limit the length of the back part of the helmet because of the safety issue when we crash into the boarding. We see 41.38, 41.83 for Norway and Team Kazakhstan, as we see the pool right here for both teams. Team Norway still leading 1.5 seconds ahead of the current leaders. That's Team Switzerland. And they are advancing that lead. There's 2.5 seconds ahead. Kazakhstan also slightly ahead still of Team Switzerland. So we have the final straight for Team Norway. It is 1:19.01, a new fastest time and a new time to beat from Team Norway, and 1:22.22 from Team Kazakhstan, slightly behind on Team Switzerland, now in third position. So we have the first three pairs done. We are halfway this team sprint for the men, as we see the replay for the Norwegians and the great pull there, giving that extra speed to the skater.
Let's now prepare for race number 4.
We then move on to
Crossing straight.
race number 4.
The European champions, Kacper Abrakiewicz, Marek Kania,
Crossing
Simon
straight, it is
Wojtowski,
Team Poland.
Polska.
Abrakiewicz, Kania and Wojtowski. Those are the 3 men skating for Team Poland, and they go up against Team Canada with Zhao, Johnson and Larue.
Go to the start. Ready.
Start of this 4th pair, time to beat from Norway, 1:19.02. It was a great effort by the Norwegian team. Switzerland still in 2nd, Kazakhstan in 3rd. That's the current standings. You see the fast start here from Team Poland as well as Team Canada. 16-3 and the 16-4. Oh, and the fall there from Team Canada. That's unfortunate. And then, yeah, it's immediately done. You need 3 skaters, or at least cross the first full lap with 3 skaters in order to be able to finish. As we then start to watch the Poland team 6/10 of a second in front of the current leaders, Team Norway. And a slightly delayed push right there. Also fall there, but almost from the 2nd skater. But it was already a pull to the closest skater, the final skater for Team Poland. But the gap is decreasing, still slightly ahead, but look like the speed is gone a little bit, as we have the time of 1:20.04, 2nd place at the moment. That's, you can lose a lot of time in that last stint, especially if the last exchange isn't perfect. You see the fall here from the Canadian team. Skate coming close to the face of that 2nd skater, but it looks like everyone is okay. As you see the difficult exchange right here. 1st skater having to reach really to 2nd skater. In the end, losing some speed in the final corner. Team Poland ending up in 2nd place behind the leaders at this moment, Team Norway. As we continue to pair number 5 is the United States, Stoppelmore McLeod and McDermott Mostowi. Team USA will be competing against the Republic of Korea, Ko, Cho and Oh.
The Republic of Korea.
Go to the start.
The United States, the bronze medal winners of last year's World Championships on the team sprint for a man.
Ready.
You know from last year that it can change quickly. The differences between the top teams are so tiny. Even the smallest hiccup can cost you podium place. You see the start of the United States slightly slower compared to the Norwegian guys in the Republic of Korea. To close a little bit of a gap there from the 2nd to the 3rd skater, and it is now the United States gaining some speed. Great 2nd lap here from the United States, 14 1:46. Almost a second ahead already on Team Norway. A great pull there from the United States as we see the final skaters in the track. Republic of Korea behind on Team United States. United States 1.2 seconds ahead. As they go through the final corner on the way to the finish line. It is a new best time for Team United States with 1:18.16. Fourth place at the moment for the Republic of Korea, the 1:20.41. The 1:18.16 is a new track record here. Another new track record of this weekend. As well as a new national record. Great performance there by Team United States. Some great exchanges, especially from that second to third skater. Show how effective that pull can be. How much extra speed that third skater can gain. As we continue to the sixth and final pair, the final race of this weekend. As it is Team the Netherlands, Westenbroek, De Bo and Prins. The current world champions. Of course, was silver last year for the Netherlands. These are the current world champions. It is Team China, Li Deng and Li.
Go to the start. Ready.
That's the start of this final race, the team sprint for men. A quick start there from Westenbroek. Saw him only 500 meter earlier today. So with that great start. And China slightly behind. Great start there from the Netherlands. Already 4 tenths up on the United States. So there's still half a second in front of the United States as Jenny Bo takes the lead for Team the Netherlands. China, current world champions, already 1.5 seconds behind on Team United States. Will it be the Netherlands on top? As we see the final pull here on Prins. Prins taking up the final full lap for Team the Netherlands. 6 tenths in front of Team United States. And these are some very, very hard final laps for Prins. Team Netherlands still in front of the United States. Can they gain back that track record? Let's see the final straight for the Netherlands. It is another win for Team the Netherlands on this team sprint after the women. It's also victory for the man in Heerenveen. A great final day for the Dutch as they claim gold on both mass starts and both team sprints. And of course the track record going back to Team the Netherlands. China finishing in 7th place with a time of 1:21.79. Let's see the replay of the race of Team the Netherlands. Quite a big gap there between Westenbroek and De Bo. You know from Westenbroek, a great starter. Great first 200 meters from him. Pushing De Bo to go to the limit. And then De Bo, that's great. Full second lap. And Prins finishing it off. happy coach on the infield. Dutchman celebrating in TL Heerenveen as we see the final results of this men's team sprint. So a new track record for Team the Netherlands, 170.22. United States finishing in second and Norway in third place. So that will be the podium for this men's team sprint. That completes all the racing of today. Thank you very much for watching this third World Cup, the ISU Speed Skating World Cup Series. I wish you a happy day wherever you're watching, and hopefully we will see you back next weekend as we then continue racing in the fourth World Cup. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend.
665. Martina Baranda, Kaja Ziomek-Nogal, Karolina Boziek, Team Poland, Polska! And the medals are awarded by Mr. Sergio Anesi, the ISU representative. Memorable gifts are being presented by Mr. Herman de Haan, the president of the Royal Dutch Skating Federation. Team Poland, Team Polska! In second place and silver medalist with a time of 1:26.05, Brooklyn McDougall, Beatrice Lamarche, Ivani Blondet, Team Canada! Team Canada! And then in first place and the gold medalist in a new track record of 1:25.18, Anna Boersma, Marit Frederis, Femke Kok, the Netherlands Team NL! Tiof natuurlijk met het officiële baanrecord certificaat. Team Nederland! and gentlemen, this is the medal ceremony for the ISU World Cup Team Sprint Men. In third place, and the bronze medalists with a final time of 1:19:02. Siver Bradkert, Henrik Vageliruke, Björn Magnussen, Team Norway, Heia Norge! And for the final time this weekend, the medals are awarded by Mr. Sergio Anesi, the ISU representative. And the memorable gifts are being presented by the president of the Royal Dutch Skating Federation, Mr. Herman de Haan. Team Norway! In second place, and the silver medalists with a final time of 1:18:16. Zach Stoppelmore, Cooper McLeod, Conor McDermott Mostowi, Team USA! Team USA! En dan Tialf gaan we het weekend fantastisch afsluiten. In first place and the gold medalist in a new track record of 1:17:22. Stefan Westerhoek, Tim Prins, Jennik de Bo, Team NL! En ook voor deze mannen natuurlijk het baanrecord certificaat uit handen van de Sergio Anesi. Ja, Team NL! Congratulations to the ISU World Cup medalists for the Team Sprint Man. Third place, Team Norway. Second place, Team USA. And in first place, Stefan Westbroek, Jennik de Bo, Tim Prins, Tialf. Laten we nog een keer horen voor Team NL!